This podcast is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. Free free. There's also creation tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. I actually use Anchor for this podcast, and it has saved me a lot of time and energy because everything is consolidated in one place. It just makes it so much easier. So if you're interested in doing the same thing, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Once again, you can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey y'all, my name is Christian. I'm a millennial, and this is the Millennial Mind. Millennials get a bad rap for being lazy, non-productive members of society. They are also told that their opinions are warped and that they don't matter. This podcast is designed to express an opinion, but from a millennial's perspective. We will talk about everything from love and relationships to pop culture to pretty much everything that comes to mind. Come join me on this journey of speaking my mind, and I hope that all of you are speaking your mind as well. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of The Millennial Mind. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of speaking my mind, and I hope that all of you are speaking your minds as well. Okay, just a couple of, or really a few church announcements. Number one, I know that you all really like this podcast because you're listening to it, and I greatly appreciate it. I know that there may be some of you who may think, I wish I could do more to show my support and this love for this podcast because I just love it. Well, there is a way. You can support the podcast if you wish by doing a monthly monetary contribution. You can do anywhere from 99 cents a month to $10 a month. Whichever way the Spirit of God leads you, you can do that. So if you do want to do that, you can go to anchor.fm/Christian-Fuller, and you can be able to, or from there, you'll be able to set up your contribution. So just putting that out there, there's no requirement for you to contribute. Just if you feel led to, by the goodness of your heart, you're more than welcome to do so. Also, I have a new blog post that's coming out on May 7th. So stay tuned for that. It's actually going to be about my COVID vaccine experience because I am fully vaccinated. So I will have a blog post about my experience and you can read that. That will be on www.christianfuller.com/blog. Lastly, what are you doing on Monday nights, okay? If you're not listening to Live and in Color with myself and my good friend Renee B. Renee, then you're missing out because it be lit every week, every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Instagram. We go live and we have girl chat, and you're able to chat with us, and it's just a wonderful experience. I love doing it. So make sure you do that every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check us out live and in color on RBR Blogs page, and then you'll be able to catch the live. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Okay, so lately I've been trying to be more consistent with my content creation and just trying to have the initiative or get the initiative to do what's required for that. Now, I've been doing it since November of last year, but lately I've been trying to be more consistent. And with that consistency, I've started to see growth. However, there are a lot of people that I know who see my posts, who see the videos that I do, and they don't respond. They don't like, they don't comment, they don't share, they don't do any of that. And I think it's because they kind of think that I'm crazy. Like this one person that I know told me like, "Oh, it looks like you're having so much fun on Instagram." And you know what? I know this person wasn't trying to be shady, but in my head I'm thinking, okay, she definitely thinks that I'm crazy by doing this, which is okay. And I thought about it a little bit more, and I came to the conclusion that sometimes it is okay to look crazy. In order to get to the place that God designed for you, that God preordained for you to be at, sometimes you're going to look crazy, and that's okay. You're going to look crazy during the waiting phase. You're going to look crazy when your dream has not been realized yet. And that is okay. That doesn't mean that your dream isn't forthcoming. That doesn't mean that your dream will never become a reality. That just means that you're in the waiting phase right now. And in that waiting phase, I believe that's the phase where you get pruned, where you learn, where you prepare for that time of harvest. The person that I always think about where this craziness theory of mine just kind of makes more sense is the story of Noah in the Bible. Now, if you're not familiar with the story of Noah, let me give you a quick synopsis. So basically, Noah, he loved God, okay? He was a God-fearing man. He did whatever the Lord asked him to do, and he was blessed for it. This particular time, the Lord told him to build an ark because it was going to rain. So the Lord gave him the dimensions in order to build the ark, and he just said, go for what you know. Now, an ark is basically a huge boat, okay? Huge boat. So Noah started to build, and it took him years to build this boat, meaning that it didn't rain for years. For years and years, it did not rain. So people were coming up to Noah and say, hey, you said it was going to rain. It hasn't rained yet. And you building this stupid boat. Like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? You're too old to be doing this. Like, get your life together. You looking real crazy right now. Even though Noah was looking crazy by building an ark and there was no rain yet, he continued to build. Even with people taunting him, saying that it hasn't rained in a certain amount of years, etc., he continued to build. When he completed the ark, not too long after that, it started to rain. So, of course, Noah was prepared. He put his family on the boat. He put, some animals on the boat as well. 2 of every kind of animal, to be exact. And the people who were making fun of him originally were knocking on the door saying, hey, you know what? We sorry for making fun of you. We really don't think you're crazy. We really think you're right. And it is starting to rain. Can we get on this boat? But the Lord actually closed the door of the boat and didn't let anyone else get on the boat. Just think if Noah would have given in to people's perception of him thinking that he was crazy. He would have never built the boat, and it would have rained, and he would have died. He would have died in the flood, because that's essentially what happened. It rained so much that it flooded, and everyone pretty much died except the individuals that were on that boat, including Noah. So just think if he would have given in to that perception. First of all, he would have been disobedient to God, and two, the dream that God revealed to him, you know, he he would not have seen that fulfilled because he didn't do his part. What I'm saying is sometimes it's okay to look crazy. While you're waiting for God's purpose and the dream that you have for your life to be realized, you're going to look crazy at certain points in your life. You're going to look like nothing is going on. You're going to look like you're in a dormant phase. You're going to look um, dead in the figurative sense. You're just going to look crazy. But that doesn't mean that God's purpose isn't going to happen. It's still going to happen. It is still going to be realized. It is still going to be fulfilled. So, what I'm telling you to do is keep working, keep being dedicated, keep following through with what the Lord has called you to do, keep working hard. Don't give in to people's perceptions of you, because people's perceptions, they vary depending on the circumstances. At this point, they may think you're crazy. At another point, they may think that you're extremely dedicated. Do not trust in that. Trust in the Lord and the purpose that you know that He has given to you. And, at that point, it may seem uncomfortable. It may seem uncomfortable. It may seem embarrassing. There just may be a lot of negative emotions tied to that. But just know that even though this is kind of I'll call it a wilderness season where nothing seems to be growing, that root that you have, that's eventually going to blossom in something beautiful and something wonderful, and probably even more bigger than you expected it to be. So I'm trying to encourage you to hang on tight. Do not give up. Stay on the path that God has designed for you. No matter how raggedy it may seem, no matter if people are talking about you, etc., and watch that God's purpose be eventually realized in your life. So that's all that I have for you guys today. What did you guys think about today's episode? Leave me a comment in the comments below. You can also send me an email at mindofmillennials@gmail.com. Make sure to like our Facebook page, The Millennial Mind, and our Instagram page, _Millennial Mind. Usually I have a quote for you guys. I don't have one. Do not judge me. This is like one of the first times that I have not had a quote for you guys. But I hope that you guys are encouraged. Oh, I just thought about one. And this is basically what we've been talking about. So it goes like this. So Noah, he was looking crazy until it started to rain. Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next week, I will talk to you guys soon.